What is behind the title name with Tides? Where did that come from?
Oh man. So
Are we going to get deep?
yeah, I mean, okay. Like I think like any person does when there's like a tragedy that happens, like there's a couple different choices you can do with that, like you can either rationalize it and just be like here's what happens, but sometimes it's like losing my mom was such a obviously it's tragic, but it was confusing. It was like where you come from is no longer here. And to even like wrap your head around that confusion so you can even be sad, it took me a second. So I started just making these like on the day after it happened, like I was walking down the street and I was like, dang, like I never asked her what she would come back as. And I felt like really like just lost on that. So I was just walking and I saw some birds and I was like, she wouldn't come back as a bird. It's too cliche. So then I started making up this whole story of like, you know what? I think she's on the moon. That's where she would go. She went to the moon. Like that's where she went. And then it just became this whole thing that like there was all these signs and synchronicities. Like I said that birds were then moon messengers, and then there was like all these coincidences with birds where I was like, maybe she's like talking, like I don't know how much of it's just my brain trying to make sense of this thing that just it will never make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, just like life and death and all those things. But so yeah, it was just kind of the push and pull of the moon started meaning a lot, and birds are moon messengers if you didn't know. So
But I imagine it's probably cathartic for you to get some of this out into the air, but also maybe really difficult to write a lot of this stuff down and actually expose yourself in this avenue.
Yeah, I think, and Jesse was a witness to a lot of that. Purple or Pink was a big one, where I had to like walk out a couple times just because it wasn't like I was like crying in the session or anything, but it was like there were certain notes that I just couldn't hit that I wanted to exit stage left. And it was just kind of like, oh, you're not even meant to do this. And it was like the feeling of like, oh, what do you think you're doing? Like you're expressing this and nobody wants to hear this and you're just asking for attention. So it was a lot of those demons that popped up.
Yeah.
Which I was just like, it's just a
Purple or Pink was a tough day for me too.
Really?
I mean, you're in it, and those lyrics, I mean, say it all. So those aren't, metaphors.
Right.
They're right there. And so it was like, wow, this is pretty heavy. And so you're trying to, and it's a long song too. So it's like 5 minutes long, and we're trying to put all this fun production and like make it big, but it was like the core of it is just so sad.
Yeah.
But really touching, and yeah, it's not that people don't want to hear it.
Yeah, and I didn't.
That's for sure.
I didn't want to sulk either. Like I think there's a difference between like, and this was important for this record especially, that I wanted to live in the space of expression versus exploitation. So I didn't want to like have a sad feeling and just be like, okay, we're just going to be sad for a while and sulk in that. Music is always the deal I've made with myself in making music is we have to be moving through something, or else we can stay stuck in this muddy area. So
You're probably giving a voice to a lot of people that don't have that voice, that don't know what to say. So I think you writing something like this, especially that song in particular, is probably going to help a lot of people get through something that they're going through similarly that you went through.
So that's what art's all about.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's a concept we talked about almost every session was let's make art, and that comes from a deep place that we don't even really know where, and it's there, and you have to be brave to take that step and be vulnerable and kind of, show your true colors.
be at the mercy of the song too.
Yeah.
I didn't go in with any expectations. I was like, what does the song have to tell us today?